be different. He about to drop a new podcast with Steve Nash. You heard about that?
You and Stephen A.
So Steve Nash is going to replace...
that feels like a moment that has been brewing for a long time.
He's like on a Taylor Swift tour run.
Yeah, we're watching it. We're all seeing it.
Oh, yeah.
You're seeing it as well.
He literally... It started off with, I didn't want to address it.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't want to address it. I wasn't going to address it.
Why he looking like
since
that?
the video came out, I feel the need to address it.
Yeah, he cooking me. I ain't
gonna. If there's one person
like
that couldn't wait to the video to drop so you can address it, it's your ass. Like seriously, it's and like another. He completely like missed the whole point. The whole point. Never would I ever. Not allow people to talk about the sport, criticize players about what they do on the court. That is your job to criticize or to, be in a position where, okay, if a guy's not performing, that is all part of the game. That's all part of the game. But when you take it and you get personal with it, it's my job to not only protect my damn household, but protect the players. And I think a lot of the media, including him, and I know he's gonna be happy as hell. He's gonna be smiling from ear to ear when he hears me talking about him. Oh my God! He's gonna get home.
Got your son to the league. I know he's dragging it.
He's taking nobody else.
At some point, you two
relax. Like seriously.
Bronny don't even live with you.
Nigga his own crib. Nigga Ben moved out.
What are you talking about? He lives across the street from the arena.
Nah, but next year, like as a father,
focus on paying you as little as possible for
the
maximum money that you deserve. Click the link below and use the Case Connect compensation calculator. In less than 60 seconds, you'll answer 4 simple questions. It's nothing personal. It's just about your accident.
Kind of on that note, Bronny, your son, you obviously had that inspiration in the home and talked about it since years ago, wanting to play long enough to play with your son. So you obviously visualized it. How was the real moment with that happening? 'Cause I know me seeing it, seeing the Griffey's there, seeing, like that was just an unbelievable moment. So what was that like for you really actually being in it?
Like, seeing that pop fly head towards King Griffey Sr., and then see Junior over there right before the ball got to his glove and he snatched it out the air and run back to the dugout like laughing at his pops. Like, that was a cool ass moment. And
cool moments are just
that moment, that game opener, that home opener versus Minnesota, and then just over there and see Griffey Jr., man, the kid, and seeing his pops over there and us getting that picture at half court, and then us going out on the floor and having that moment. Physically, I wasn't even there. I wasn't even there.
You're floating.
I'm floating, and I can only imagine where Bronny was. I don't know. We haven't even talked about it yet. At some point, we will, but I wasn't even there. Like I was so.
I don't know.
I might have been in the rafters. I might have been at home. My body may have been at home watching the game, watching the moment.
How you feel about
I completely was not there, and but damn, that was
I don't know. I'm surprised.
For me to be able to like have that dream being speaking into existence for it to come to fruition. For my mom and my wife and my daughter and my youngest son to be there, it was like. I started thinking about everything from what the hell he went through.
I don't really like it.
Not less than a year before with his
died?
cardiac arrest, man.
That came out of nowhere.
That came out of nowhere. It was a birth defect that
it's a good platform too, though.
Yeah.
Honestly, if he never played sports or he never started to become strong and run fast and all those stuff, we probably would have never did.
And he said he don't like the.
But as he got stronger and things of that nature, it was just something inside his heart that, was just pounding at his heart and pounding at his lungs that unfortunately had the incident. And thankfully, a lot of these kids, we've been seeing a lot lately in sports, not only in basketball, but in football. And unfortunately, he was able to catch it. And to all the families out there that haven't had the opportunity to catch their kids before it gets to the point where they're not here anymore. to see that happen to Bronny and for him to be able to play that same year after that happened, you know, at USC, and
that's
then
his brand,
a year later be drafted by the Lakers, and then in that fall we go out there together. So that's why I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Like we walked in together, but I.
That's really cool. Yeah. People forget you're only one name.
I get you. I wouldn't think you was.
Yeah, man.
Oh, it's Nike. That's right.
Nike. Obviously, that led to the thing with Stephen A. talking about him and how critical everybody has been of Bronny. And I think that's the pressure that a second-generation star has on him.
Yeah, for
His
sure.
whole life he's had that. It feels like he is very... I mean, he's like a 55-year-old, it looks like, the way he kind of handles it all, and I think you've even said that as well.
Yeah.
But how about his development? We had Rich Paul on the day after the draft.
Yeah, man.
Because there was a bunch of rumors about Rich Paul was telling teams, hey, you draft him, we'll send him to Australia. Like, there was a lot of those types of things happening.
Right.
Like, his sons were involved, there was a chance that he would leave, but he
Is that real?
No, that is good. That is real.
Like, everything, the way it always goes.
Of course.
This guy's not good enough. This guy's not this.
Too much, not
He does
too
start
much.
out a little bit rough.
Dig that?
I think he had his best game of the day. He's getting better and better. You have to be loving every moment. And how proud of Bronny are you for what he's going through?
Listen, for me as a dad, it doesn't matter if he never scores ever. For me as a dad, I'm just super proud of him, period, as a young man. For me, as a mentor and as a teammate of his, and that wants to see him thrive because I've seen the work he's put into the game, I am super proud of his development to where he is now. From the moment that, you know, he was drafted in June of 2025 to us being now in March of 2026, his development is
he development OD though. I ain't gonna front.
And I just think
He development OD.
I had a good friend of mine,
getting better, bro.
you know, who went through a cardiac arrest as well, and he told me that you know it took him. And he played basketball as well, and back then when it happened to him in the early 2000s. They wasn't
somehow keep him because I feel like his
going back to
Boston Reeds is tough too.
It was like if it happened, it's over with.
We're not rolling dice.
Yeah, we're not rolling the dice. There's not enough data on it. It's like you have a cardiac arrest. It is over. We don't want this on our resume. They was not going back to performing play. And he told me, he was like, man, I'm gonna be honest. It took me about 2.5 years to finally get back to just normalcy. Like my body, my mind, and you know, he said when it happened to me, I was 23 years old. Bronny was 19 years old, you know, and he said it's gonna take a little time, and I reason with that, but also he's doing things right now less than 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just because of his determination and his will to want to get better and his will to like, I don't really care what y'all saying. I hear it. He did an article the other day. He was like, yeah, I hear the noise. I use it as motivation, but I also know what I'm capable of. And, you know, I've always told my kids, like all of them, you know, they all play sports. 2 basketball players. My youngest son going to Arizona on the full ride. My daughter's...
What is he, 7 foot tall? That kid, I didn't know. He popped up as we follow your family on the internet, obviously. We see it all. And it's like Bronny, okay, and then Lil Bryce. Lil Bryce with the glasses.
Right, exactly.
And then all of a sudden, one video popped up of an Aussie, and Bryce
taller than Bronny.
Wait a minute.
So he on his way to Arizona. My daughter's, you know, she's playing 12 and under volleyball. She just turned 10. So, like, and I just tell him, like, it doesn't matter about the noise. That's going to happen. It's only about, like, if you love it, go out and practice. If you think you want to, if you fall in love with it, you only can fall in love with the process. Don't worry about the outcome. Fall in love with the process, and that shit will take care of itself. So, super proud of Bronny, man. I know very long-winded when you talk about the kids. I just started thinking about him, but super proud of his game and where he is today. You know, starting off the G League season was like, you know, just trying to figure it out, and now, shit, like you said last night, 39, and more than anything, when I talked to him, he was more pissed off at the technical free throw that he missed more than anything. He's like, I could have had a 40 burger. He said I could have had a 40 ball and I missed that damn technical free throw. So man, the kid is he's awesome.
He's been fun to watch.
Yeah,
it is, and the story has gotten so loud, and I think that's why listening to you talk and you say you get long-winded about the kid. It's like, well, that's why everything happened. That happened a couple weeks ago. But like you playing with him, obviously was a dream. You said that years ago. Bryce now though, I mean,
very possible.
That is.
Oh, don't do that to me.
You said you're 215. Now we're near 280.
Exactly.
The best shape you've been in. That conversation.
And I ain't gonna front. I ain't gonna front. Bronny gonna be nice. Bronny gonna be nice by the time Bryce comes.
No, yeah. I think he got. He just committed to Arizona.
So as a full reaction though, like how you what you say? What you know what I'm saying? You say you want to react to it, so
So my whole thing is this, like everything he said about critiquing Bronny was his game was 100% factual.
Mm-hmm.
Like the field goal percentage, his body not mature, him being the 55th pick, he's not ready. But when you say things like, "Oh, like as a father, stop putting your son in these situations," it kind of get emotional and personal because you talking to me as a father, not as a basketball player or him as a basketball player. Right. That's when it becomes personal. Right. You feel me? So I respect Bron for approaching him because I would have did the same shit. I'm a dad too with 2 boys.
Nah, facts.
I would
do the same shit. As a dad, I would
tell me how many shots he missed and he get his shot blocked or he went fucking 3 for 20. That's cool. That's part of your job. That's part of his game. That's what's supposed to happen. But when you telling me I'm putting my son in basically in a bad situation all the time, he wasn't ready for the NBA. I'm putting him in a bad spot. It get personal, bro.
Nah, yeah. I think it definitely get personal for sure. But I think Stephen A wasn't ODing in a way too. Like I feel like Bron was kind of just being tight, and Bronny doing good now. So it's just like
right.
It felt like in a sense now, and he should have just held back for a second. But maybe that was a few under Bronny. Maybe that was good. So who knows?
Yeah, Bronny made a statement. Said he block out the noise. He still hear it. He using it as fuel. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So listen, get right. Shout out to the James family. Shout out to the Smith family.
Shout out to the James family for sure.
You know what I'm saying? It's Coach Organic. Like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe, man.